Hello, welcome to Global Chrysalis 2020 Transformative Inspiration so you can overcome and transform under any circumstance. Today is August 16th, Sunday, 2020. We are still in a bit of the after effects of the pandemic, and it's been a very interesting ride. But I want to talk about some of the circumstances that you can face in life as you pursue what you want your life to be. When you're young, you may grow up in a family that is very toxic. You might grow up in a family that's very supportive and kind, but you're never pushed past your comfort. There's so many types of families you can grow up in. Broken homes are really hard, but it's pretty common now. Blended families have their own dynamic. I have a blended family. I am a depression overcomer. Not very many people know that you can actually overcome depression. And I suppose it's confusing thinking about depression as an illness because everybody, being human, because life is full of suffering and challenge and trial, it's easy to find yourself in a depressed state periodically. Just because you have a couple days that are depressing doesn't mean that you are suffering from chronic depression. And some chronic depression needs medication and needs therapeutic care, and I suppose some won't ever completely overcome, but I'm here to say that it can happen. One key thing is, for me, when I lost everything, all I had left was my car. All of my kids were gone, which was really hard. If you're a mom, you know what that feels like. I had very little. But no matter where you are, the less you have, it seems the easier it is for you to work through your emotions. The less you have, the easier it is for you to take stock of what you actually do have. And the more you have, it's like the things that you have own you. You aren't really enjoying them. A lot of people don't know that you have a choice between taking a difficult situation and choosing in that moment of difficulty to change your mindset, because the mindset is what has to be changed before you can change your life, because everything starts with a thought in the subconscious. The subconscious can be programmed quite a bit by your parents when you're a child. A lot of parents don't even know that's the case. A lot of parents do. But when you have time and you're bored or you're lonely and there's nobody around, I would encourage you to get into your subconscious and pay attention to the things that you're thinking, the way you feel about yourself, and take stock of what you actually have, what you're capable of doing, because that is where you find your power. When you realize or accept that most of your problems stem from your own choices, it's very empowering to take responsibility and say, yep, that's mine. I did that. Whoa, I did that. And when you own it, every time you're faced with that same situation, you might think ahead more and go, do I really want to respond this way? Do I want to respond a different way? And slowly you can reprogram your automatic responses. They don't become automatic responses right away. And being a responsible person, taking responsibility for your actions, your thoughts, your intentions, what motivates you, taking responsibility for your whole life, for every moment, it can be very terrifying at first. I would know. It is very terrifying when you realize that all of your problems stem from your choices. You might decide not to make any more choices at all. I did that. It didn't work. You have to stumble along. Once you realize your choices are so important, you have to stumble along a little bit. You stumble and you go, well, maybe that's not the way to do it. I'll try it again. And you tweak it. You get a little better. You change your approach a little bit until you get the right response, until you get the right attitude, until you get the right thought process. And when you think about yourself and think of, how horrible you can be, or how irresponsible you can be, or how wishy-washy you can be, whatever the case may be, well, do I really want to be this? Does this feel right? Does this feel like the person I genuinely believe myself to be? Because who you are now is really the same person you are going to be, and yet you cannot transform if you don't sacrifice the parts of you that you know are damaging your future. If you don't let go of the thinking that is holding you back from the person you know you're supposed to be. When you are young, you will face a lot of uncertainty, and the longer it takes you to just go with it, even though you're uncertain or you're afraid, or you feel you're afraid that you're going to make yourself a fool, the longer it will take before you realize you can handle your life. You really can. So don't waste any more time. Every moment counts. Every thought counts. And every thought, every response, every moment in your life counts for something. Even the mistakes, they are very valuable lessons. And if you make mistakes, don't berate yourself. Say, oh, okay, well, that's just another way not to do it. I hope this was encouraging. I'll be back with more some other time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your year. And if you want to contact me with some of the stuff that you've overcome, I would be glad to get some feedback. Thank you.